What's up, everybody? I'm Ryan Missler. We're at Fremont Speedway for the Jim Ford Classic. We're going to be following around Craig Mintz tonight. He's the driver of the 09 410 Sprint car. So we're here with Craig, and we just want to know a little bit about how you got started racing, what you race,
okay.
And yeah.
Okay. My old man, he started racing motocross his whole life. When I was born, he ran it for a couple more years, and then what I really wanted to do was run motocross, but mom wouldn't let me. So we went to four wheels. So I started four wheels. I started big wheels back when I was probably in kindergarten. And then that was actually one of the biggest races I've ever won. I won $5,000 in a big wheel race.
What?
Yeah, I know, goofy. I took a Walmart race, Walmart pedal car, and we were at DeGrasse, Ohio, and won. And
so how's that? You pedal around?
Yeah,
build a track?
No, the full-size racetrack. So it was. They were actually having 305 sprint cars there that night. Brian Scott and Mike Linder and all them guys went down there and run pavement, and we were running there, basically just pedal all the way around, and we ended up winning.
So how many of these
There was 250 entrants, and we started on like I think Thursday for qualifying, and then you raced Saturday.
So you had to do one lap?
Just one lap, but I think it was like maybe a 3/8 mile. It'd be like pedaling around.
That'd be a long way.
It was a long ways. I do remember being little, but to this day, that's the biggest one I've won. So, but other than that, we ran those for a while, and then I ran go-karts, WKA for a while. National tour, and then I sold everything, and then we bought our sprint cars in 2000. So I've been doing this 20 years.
305.
Yeah. So I ran 305 sprint cars for the first 2 years, and then I got a ride in a 410 car, and it's been downhill ever since. I feel like.
So okay. So I give us some background on you now. How have you been doing this year or recently?
Doing well. I mean, we're consistent. We won a couple weeks ago. We ran at Attica. So we did really well there. We ran here the last 3 weeks. We ran, or 2 weeks, we ran a second and a third here. So we've been competitive. Against these guys, it's a whole nother ball game. So, there's no room for error with these guys.
So how you feeling right now?
Good. I mean, I'll let you know. I'll let you know more in about 30 minutes.
How much pressure is there on qualifying?
It's on everything. I mean, you have 2 laps that defend your whole night. I mean, if you screw those 2 laps up, you might as well go home. Some guys can make it work, some guys can't, but you don't have much room to screw up, and your 2 laps determines your entire night.
Gotcha. Well, go get it, man.
Will do. Thank you. Fired up good. Kiss their engines, and we never really worry about that anyway. And the guys that we do all really good maintenance during the week. And how are you, Ed? And Newmeister, everybody. And
way to say hi.
And so it was good. Track looks pretty hard, which is a good thing for us. We tend to do better when it slicks off. So we'll go out and hot lap and see how it goes. Safety caps. So it prevents anything from them from slipping off. If one of these gets loose through the race, we put these on, and then they spin into the bar, so they won't allow it to come loose or fall off. These are our stops. Basically no different than a spring on a shot. Does everything that you can ask for to kind of keep the suspension up. These are like a control arm, no different than an A-arm in a regular, your car.
Look who we found, Mr. Dwayne.
How's it going, Ryan Missler?
Good. Amber's got some cookies for you.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'll help my figure.
The Missler Sweets.
Yeah, Missler Sweets are awesome. They're the best. Everybody should go online and order them.
You can go to RyanMissler.com and get some Missler Sweets.
That's right. And a Ryan Missler t-shirt.
Yeah, we got shirts and hats.
Hat.
We got all kinds of stuff.
Look at that.
So now what's this about?
So we're gonna change shocks. So
Which corner?
we're gonna change both fronts. So we set it up for being a little bit more heavier than what the racetrack is right now, and so we're gonna put a little bit softer rebounding shocks on it to transfer the weight a little bit more. So it's not as sticky out there in retrospect. A little bit different than them late model shocks you got on it.
Yeah. We used to run pros. Well, back in the day.
You got springs on yours too, right?
Yeah, we got coilovers. We run
And
coilovers.
you got like 13 shocks, right? You don't have 4, right? 5?
We have 6.
Jeez. See, you the late model country, and the followers on it. That's just confusing. Just put one on all 4 corners, and you'll be okay.
Well, we got a lift arm, just
Yeah,
like a
see,
drag car.
that's
So you got to have
confusing.
one on there,
That's too confusing.
and we got 2 on the left rear.
I wouldn't even
one
know
in
where
front
to
of the
begin.
axle, and one behind the axle.
See, we just have 4, and that's it. As easy as you can make it, we made it. No springs, no nothing. So we don't have to change the spring on that. All of our valving is done inside each shock. So
And it don't look like you're running any adjustable shocks.
no, well, the one I'm putting on is adjustable. So it's only adjustable one way. So you can see right there.
So that is just rebound adjustable?
Just rebound adjustable. Yes, turn and a quarter, please. So it is just rebound adjustable. So they do make them where they're double adjustable, but we do not run them. So some of these shocks are pretty old, but
The valving inside's probably
valving
not.
is new. So, and then Jim Linder at Linder Speed Equipment, they take good care of us. Make sure that all of our shocks, almost all the time, make sure they work, and we don't have to worry about them, not being what they're told to be. So.
Now, how often will you revalve them? Like just once a season or
We'll
something?
do them a couple times a season, just in case. You never know, what could happen. Even just a simple bump with a fence, or a big rock, or whatever it may be, can cause some minor issues. So we just make sure we try to just double check it. If you crash them, it's an instant put them on the dyno and make sure. And Jim is really good about that, making sure that they're right. So we're kind of blessed to be able to have him help us as much as he does. We've been running Linder Speed Equipment Pro Shocks for as long as I've probably been racing. So
Rock and roll.
Yeah. So you'll see we're just tightening her up, and what's nice about it is we don't have it's just a stud. So we just throw a nut on. It makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker. You have to change them in a hurry. Because you can change these. If we have an open red tonight, we can change them right on the racetrack. So some guys run pins to make it even faster, but I think if you're only saving seconds, and pins are kind of make me nervous. Alright, we're rolling up for hot laps here. Main goal here of hot laps. Hit marks, see what the racetrack's like. It's qualifying is right after this, it's pretty slick. My first initial reaction to this, so hitting marks and race car setup is going to be key. We can't be too tight. It's scrub speed, so when it slicks off like this, try to do everything you can to keep the racetrack for race cars straight, and try to find any moisture that you can. So. We'll give this a whirl and see how good we are. All the racetrack is pretty comparable throughout the hot lap session, so we'll be able to see from top to bottom how we compare after these laps. So hang on and enjoy the ride. Oh wait, I forgot. I think hands and feet inside the car at all times and enjoy your ride at sunny Cedar Point. So it felt pretty good. Still a little free. Could use a little forward drive too. So we'll go back here and make some adjustments and see if we can make the car a little better. Yeah, I mean, we definitely, let's move the right rear in and then let's go down on air. See if you can find, it's a 6.5 shock on the right rear. Let's see if we can find something like a straight 5, something like that, or a 5.6, something like that. So we're gonna snug it up a little bit, see how we can make a little adjustments. You don't want to go too far because it can catch you off guard in a hurry. All right, so the goal here, man, I don't know. You got to make the 2 best laps you made all night, especially with the racetrack the way it is. If you miss your marks, it's going to be a long night. So we'll do what we can here and try to keep it as straight as possible and as smooth on the gas as possible. And whoever can get the most traction here normally wins the game here. So a lot of good cars. So we'll see how it happens.
First car, Craig and Les Mintz.
Well, I can't tell you how good it was, but it felt about the best lap I could make around this place the way it is. So we'll call it a good night. Whatever happens here on out, it is what it is.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, just trying to see where we timed in at. Right now we're 10th. I mean, Cole Duncan went out right with us, and he was a lot faster than us, so that concerns me. I mean, he was 4/10 faster, so we have to get a lot faster to be competitive. So I don't know where he ran. I'm gonna have to talk to some guys, figure if he was on the bottom. If he was on the top, then we just were a little slower. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, he was 14.6, which is a really good lap because we went a 14.9. Reitzel just went and well, it's never good when I'm scrolling a lot. Where is Reitzel? Oh no, Reitzel was quicker than us, so he was a 14.8. So I mean, we were good with Reitzel. Normally, if you can qualify with him, you're pretty good. But you know, again, Cole must have put on a pretty good lap. So we'll make some changes and see how we can make it a little bit better.
We're walking out on a track. Now, to me, from back there watching, it looks slick. Right there.
Yeah, it's definitely
slick into the corner. But right here, what we're standing on right now is heavy.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's got tack to it.
It's got tack to it. But the problem is you're going to get a lot of that from the trucks. The trucks, they've really, I don't know what they've done over the past 5 or 6 years, but the way those things roll and body roll in them, they, instead of actually making a track, you know, drying a track out, they actually bring a track back.
Huh.
You know, the suns went down and we'll go from there. So.
You want to say anything that's on your mind right now?
Yeah, we just did a few changes. We took some stagger away from it, did a couple wing changes for us. We're gonna move the Jacobs ladder, which is basically it's a timing thing of moving the rear axle up and down. It slows it down or speeds it up, so we're gonna change that a little bit. Other than that, change the move. We'll just wait for that truck to keep revving it higher.
Where do you start?
We start on the outside front row. The goal would be to win into turn 1, and obviously go and hide at that point. So if we can get out front and get away from the 87 and the 17, that'd be a number 1 goal. And hopefully our goal would be to win a heat race, get in the dash, and see how well we can do in the dash.
So you qualified pretty well then.
Yeah, we were, I think, 10th quick out of 45 cars. So going out where we did, it's not bad. A couple guys in our group were a little faster, which, like I said earlier, still concerns me. But we'll see what we can do.
8 laps the distance. Winner and the fastest transfer to finish 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Lock into the dash. Redraw top 4 to the 850. And there goes Craig Mintz and Ian Madsen on the move. Madsen, if he gets there. He gets around Fremont as good as he can.
Thank you. Good, more PR stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta do it for the All-Stars, they get mad. But other than that, yeah, I felt really good. The trick in that is obviously you gotta beat them to turn 1, and then try to save the tires. You get out front like that, and this is gonna be tough on tires tonight. So
Looks like you had a really good start.
yeah, we did, and that's you had to. If you didn't get a good start, and I didn't beat him into 1, it was gonna be a long race. So and I had to get away from the 87 and 17. We're pretty good. So we'll make some changes and see what we do. Measure tires, trying to get circumferences of it. I don't know how much the late models do, but we run quite a bit of stagger, which we think is a lot.
We usually run 3 to 4 inches in the back.
So we are, we'll start tonight anywhere between 12 and 13, and then we'll probably be tonight when we roll out somewhere between 10 and 11. So we try to get somewhere near that. We struggle with the tires, with the volume of the tires so big that sometimes they grow or shrink. So we have to keep an eye on them tonight. And with that, sometimes you got to change tires and stuff. So luckily we were able to go down and buy a new one. We kind of have a rule that if we start up front, we'll buy a new tire. If we don't, then we're gonna start in the back. We don't kind of junk a $200 tire to run 15.
So you made the dash.
Yep.
And you drew a
4, so we'll start 4th in the 2nd dash. So we're trying some different things just to see if it makes a difference for this race car. We had a pretty good base in heat races, so we'll leave that as it. So we know we can always go back to that if we need to. So we tried some different things, see if it makes it any better. If it doesn't, then we learned. If it does, then we found something that makes us faster. So we're never content with just trying to be okay. So we're just see what these changes do. We start 4th in the dash, and if we can finish anywhere higher than 4th, that's a good day.
So wherever he finishes in the dash, he'll start an outside row.
So we're in a 2nd group. So if you finish 4th, you start 8th. You finish 3rd, you start 6th. You finish 2nd, you start 2nd. Or you finish 1st, you start. Yeah, you got them. I can't do math. I went to Ginsburg. long. So my thoughts there, just try to finish ahead of all these guys. And didn't do that, so we'll start 6th tonight. Kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. I felt like we were faster than the 2 cars in front of us. So in 4 laps, it's hard to pass Shane Stewart and those guys. So we'll go to the feature and do a little bit more work on the car and see how we can go.
How was that?
We were good. I think we were faster than the guys ahead of us. You just only get 4 laps. And, I made a mistake trying to get underneath the 71. So, you know, and then I kind of ran it in there with him going into 1, and it's getting really rough going into 1. So you're hitting some pretty good ruts, and he hit it as well as I did. So we just had to kind of try to duck under him and didn't get there. But so we'll start 6th tonight. I felt like we were faster than those guys. I'm going to look at lap times to see how we were compared to the first dash and go from there. So, but other than that, I feel pretty comfortable.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Fremont Speedway, Madsen goes to the holes and Henry tries to slide up and close the door.
So how'd that go?
It didn't go as well as we had hoped. You know, started 6th, ran 6th. So I felt it was really hard to pass. You start looking at the cars that finished ahead of us. They started ahead of us. The only one besides the 22. The 22 was able to pass cars. So we had a good balance, and that I don't know what would have made much of a difference. Again, you're trying to chase down some really good cars. So I liked how the car was. A few minor things. I think we went a little too far in a few things, but I'd have liked to seen a couple things different. But that's here nor there. It's over now. So now we got a long night. I mean, it's going on 11:30. So
It's pretty late.
Yeah, it's
pretty long show.
Yeah, anytime you put 3 divisions with a big series like this, it makes it a long night, no matter how well and efficient you do it. So you'll be 1:30 before we get home, and then back at it tomorrow, and come right back here, and honestly, we do it all over again. So we'll have a good night, and I appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Craig.
Yeah,
we race with the 410 sprints and the 305 sprints, at Attica, but we don't ever get deep and involved in this. So this has been pretty cool for me, to actually see what all goes on, and these guys work really hard. So is there anybody you want to thank?
I mean, I gotta thank everybody that's following along on YouTube, and everybody and you guys for doing this. It's pretty cool because you get to see a different thing. It's be the same world if we were into the late model world, because I mean, I know nothing about it. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I'd love to be able to do that some night. But I mean, I gotta thank all my guys. They've busted their tail all night. Real Geese Decoys, Eagle Ignition Leads, KS Sales and Service, Toxic Calls. Those without the guys, Leonard Speed Equipment, without those guys, it's not possible. So we'll load up, do it again.
Yeah, your crew guys are working really hard tonight. They're busting their.
They busted every night, and I thank them for a lot. It's not like they're making a lot of money at this, and we'll go for that.
Rock and roll.
One of those Frosties or something.
They get paid Frosties.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks, Craig.
We get paid in Missler Sweets.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So, thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that. It's pretty exciting. Glad you tuned in. Give us a like. Comment below what you thought. Give Craig props. Give his crew props. They busted their butts all night. So, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you real soon.